Ken, are we good?
We are good. I think everybody's got the ability to record who needs it. We've got some folks lined up in the queue for questions. We've got Tank on the screen. All right. Well, welcome, Tank. We appreciate you spending time today with us. We're just going to go ahead and open it up for questions. We've got Jeremy Werner, and then we'll go down the line. Jeremy's with our 247 Illini Insider Group. So go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Tank. Welcome to Champaign, man.
Thank you.
Can we start? I got to ask the main question. What's the story behind Tank, the name? How'd you get it? Who gave it to you? When'd you get it?
Well, that name started really, really early at a young age. So the name Tank really comes from football, really being able to just drop my head on guys, bad technique, but fearless warrior. And screaming the name Tenarius is something that a coach does not want to do, you know? So gave me the name Tank. It stuck with me ever since I was, 5, 6 playing ball. And if you say the name Tenarius back where I'm from, nobody would know who you was talking about. So it's been Tank, and fell in love with the name, so I've embraced it.
I was going to say, is it something you embrace, and does that even lead you to football, lead you to strength and conditioning?
Well, what led me to football and led me to strength and conditioning was the toughness, the grit, the grind, the ability to not be the best looking person, but you can be the meanest and most dominating person on the football field. The weight room, the one thing that led me to that was giving my passion to see young men grow, seeing them become something that they thought they would never become. And I had coaches. I was fortunate enough to be coached by guys that truly seen things in me. So it was really just those guys pouring their life, pouring their heart into me, and that's what I want to do. And that's what my life is all about, seeing guys take that next step and do things that they never thought they could do.
And kind of along those lines, I just have one more. You have experience as a player, as an assistant coach, as assistant strength coach, and you've been under some good coaches, Brett, Ben Herbert, Jim Harbaugh. How did that all shape your philosophy of what you are as a strength and conditioning coach and what your role and importance is for a program?
A guy that played in the SEC for the Arkansas Razorbacks, played under Coach Petrino, and seeing the way he molds guys, and also Jason Veldkamp, who was my first strength and conditioning coach going through college. I got a chance to have a little bit of time in the NFL, but once I got back and I got a chance to get with Coach Herb, who originally started off by giving me a chance to do pro day again, an intern in return, it just led to 2 phone calls from the NFL for me to go back. And within that, of being trained by him and interning on what to do. So I called those NFL teams back and I turned them down. And I started my lifelong dream of getting guys to somewhere that I thought I really wanted to be NFL. But my passion in life is to get those guys to the next level, see them exceed on a high level. And right now it's the Big Ten. So being around a coach like Coach B, being mentored by guys like Coach Herb, I think I'm very fortunate to say that I've learned from some of the best, well, if not the best, coaches that are around.
Thanks, Tank. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we'll go Matt Stevens, then Marley, and then Joey. Go ahead, Matt.
Hank, I'm curious how you find a fiance that agrees to get married in a football weight room.
Matthew, how you doing? Great question. My wife and I, unique situation. Got to be a recruiter. I tell you that. You have to be able to recruit. And she's a good looker. But Ashley is from Louisiana. We have a 13-year-old son named Q, and we all just got together and said it's time to do it. And she loves the weight room. My son loves the weight room, and there was no other place better to do it other than the weight room. So I guess you could call it jumping the bar instead of jumping the broom.
I'm curious. I know that you were on the field as a defensive line coach this past year and during COVID, but for the layman, how has a strength and conditioning program and a strength and conditioning coach had to adjust to COVID, and how do you plan on doing that as we continue to go through this?
So the first thing you do is you wrap yourself around the sports medicine team, and you wrap yourself around compliance. You try to make sure you break no rules and you keep the guys first. So the program itself is going to forever evolve. It's going to forever start to change, especially with technology. And now we have something that's called coronavirus. So if this starts to transform the life of the weight room, we have to start to work as one unit under one umbrella, which right now is the Illinois football program, to make it all come to light. So very, very flexible in your training methods, very, very flexible in your training hours and how you impact these guys on a daily basis. So it's gonna be a handful with everybody's fingers wrapped around really, really tight to make this thing happen.
Nice to meet you, Tank. Appreciate it.
Okay, Marla, you're up, and then Joey. Go ahead, Marla.
Hey, Coach, welcome and congratulations. After coaching a defensive line this past season, I'm wondering how maybe that experience coaching on the field might help you in the weight room, and what made you take that transition to get back in the weight room?
So I really love impacting young men. I love to see them train. I love to see them work. I love to see them go beyond measures. And I had that opportunity, and fortunate enough, guys like Nate Woody gave me that opportunity to go and fulfill those guys' dreams over at West Point. And I took that dream full speed, didn't look back, and I just kept grinding those guys. And we had a great season, 9-3, finished up at the Liberty Bowl going against West Virginia. Unfortunately, didn't win that game. However, the love of the weight room, walked downstairs at West Point, I would see Connor Hughes and his staff getting those guys better. And that mentality, you can never take away your first love. And for me, the game of football, it was my love, not the field, not the weight room, not the meeting rooms. It was the game of football, and impacting guys' lives in any capacity is my true passion. And right now, I can definitely tell you this, that no place is better than that weight room. Been on that floor, pushing guys to the limit.
And just being at Army West Point, I'm wondering if maybe the guys should be expecting some kind of like military style workouts to come this season.
Our guys can expect for me to put those guys in the best position. I always live to say, what thing is going around with rhabdo, coronavirus, different diseases that attack the muscle and attack the cell function. You have to make sure you live by to say, you live to fight another day. And some people say you live to die another day, but you do not put guys' body in harm. I want to coach guys, captivate them, motivate them, give them physical stimulus, give them visual stimulus. I want them guys to know that my passion is not to make this a slaughterhouse, not to make this a military environment. This is going to be a place where we grind to make each other better as athletes. So that's been in combination with flexibility, mobility, everything from hydration, nutrition, and sleep to everything we did with impacting the lower body to the posterior chain. I mean, on and on and on. I want to attack lean muscle mass, and I want to attack fat mass. I want to get these guys to really, really think as a leader, first among themselves, and then as a team. So my training style is going to be very, very interesting, but it will not be labeled as military.
Awesome. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right, Joey, Nico, and Robert Rosenthal on in line. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Tank, good to meet you. I want to circle back a little bit so you were in the NFL for a brief amount of time and then had a chance to redo your pro day with Coach Herbert. Can you kind of walk me through that experience? And obviously turning down another opportunity at the NFL, something must have really struck with you in that window.
Joey, I had the opportunity to, really, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kansas City Chiefs, none of it works out. NFL, not for long, as we know. However, second chance came with the Canadian Football League. Went over to the Montreal Alouettes, and I broke my right foot, which ended up being my 5th surgery throughout my career. So 5 surgeries in. I am, I guess, what's what you call stubborn, or you can call it passionate, or you can call it persistent, however you want to call it. Just a guy that knows what I want, and nobody can stop me. I'm a true fighter for what I want, and got a chance to go rehab over at Arkansas with Coach Herbert and Matt Summers. So as I'm getting better and I'm getting stronger, faster, quicker, doing everything I got to do to fight my way back and give myself a chance to go at the NFL. I also had a chance to intern. And that's what I did. I went through all of my certifications, learning the floor, learning the body, learning the science of the physiology of everything that I was demanded to learn. So within that time frame, I went through pro day, and I thought I had an awesome pro day. But what ended up happening was I had an awesome audition for roughly 3 months under Coach Herbert, and it was pretty much an interview. As I look back at it, and passion is passion, and the passion that I put towards making the NFL, I put that same passion towards training guys at Arkansas. So 6 a.m. group, you're training the group. 8 a.m. group, you're training the group. 10 o'clock, now I'm training for pro day. 12 o'clock, you're back training the group. 2 p.m., you're back training the group. And there is no decline in effort when you really are truly passionate about everything. So ended up getting the opportunity to be full-time under Coach B, and I didn't turn it down. I turned down the NFL, but I did not turn down the opportunity to impact young men's lives in that weight room.
What is it about Brett Bielema that allows you two to connect so well? I mean, what lines up personality-wise with you two?
Really, when you think about, no detail is too small. So everybody say the little things. Well, how little is little if every little thing means a lot? So we really mesh on the word leadership, smart, tough. I mean, fighting through adversity, being able to say that nothing can stop you, being able to fight through every situation. Coach B is a guy that is really, really humble enough to say that he will, well, you seen on national TV, he will tear up to let you know he loves you and let you know his love for what has happened to him. So I'm very passionate. He's very passionate. And when you see the love that he displays, and when you combine it with the love that I'm going to display for our guys downstairs in the weight room, I wouldn't want to work for anybody else. Coach B gave me my first opportunity as an intern, and now I have my first opportunity as directing my my own program here in the weight room. So I think that I know for a fact I will not let them down, and I will not let the Illinois Nation down.
Thanks, Tank. Good to meet you.
Okay, Nico, you're up. Rob Rosenthal on deck. Go ahead, Nico.
Hey, Tank, nice to meet you. Congrats on the new gig. I was just wondering, what was your reaction like when you got to go over to the Smith Center and get a look at the weight room that you're going to be working in every day?
You know, you walk in and you see just every piece of detail that comes into the graphics on the wall, the media piece that's right over top of the offices, to the racks, 18 different racks. Then you look outside and you're able to see you have access to the indoor. You really look at a design that gives you no breakdown in time. So it's a fight against the clock. Every day you wake up, you got 24 hours to impact your body, 24 hours to impact this team, 24 hours to really, really just write down in synchronized order how you're going to go from class to fueling your body to making sure you train at a high level, along with everything demanding with football. And then as you break it down smaller, in my world, I look at from when they first walk into the room to getting set up at the rack. From getting set up at the rack to being able to find the right, I guess I call it tools, the right tools for you to be able to get your body in the right shape that you want it to be in. And then being able to transform over from the weight room into the indoor. So if you don't waste time, you have a chance. Guys who waste time think I got tomorrow, or I can do it in the next 30 minutes. That comes complacency, and that comes really hesitation. So I look at that room as being, there is no wasted steps, from nutrition to the weight room, to the indoor, back to the weight room, out to the practice field. It is all in the exact order for you to be able to have efficient time management to get these guys better. So I love everything I see about that weight room.
And one more quick one. Do you have a mantra or a phrase that you want to kind of instill as kind of that everyday mentality that you want guys to have during their workouts?
Well, these guys are going to hear me say this a lot. And I don't know if this transfers over to every aspect of life, but I think it does, and it comes to about that action. It's a phrase I use that really means talk is cheap. It's about that action, and I love the phrase of join the fight. So we will use that in everyday mentality. It's going to be about that action. Talk is cheap, and action comes with a lot of different ways. It's in your body language. It's in how you lead, and you can lead guys two different ways. So we want to really put on paper our goals and our tasks to obtain those goals. And then let's put it all into action. And it's going to be about that action. And I spell that BOUTDAT in action, about that action.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Okay, Robert, you're up. Carson, we need to kind of keep moving through this quickly. We're going to get behind on the other guys. So not to short. I don't want to short anybody, but go ahead.
Yeah, Tank, I'm curious if your kind of philosophy toward injuries and the weight room. There have been two kind of injury-riddled seasons the last two seasons. And, there's a lot of talk of how some of that injury prevention can start in the weight room and things like that. So what's your personal philosophy toward that?
So every individual is different. When you take a square peg and try to put it into a circle hole, that's what you're doing when you load the bar with a lot of weight. Everybody talks about squat depth, but it's really the quality of the movement and making sure everything is technically and functionally where you want it to be before you start to load the bar, and using progressive overload principles that'll allow us to make sure we give these guys the right dose of, you can call it medicine. If a doctor prescribes too much, harmful things happen. If he doesn't prescribe enough, there is no effect. So being able to give these guys the right dose on the right day at the right time, and use that as a powerful drug, which is going to be strength and conditioning, giving the body different stimulus. That is how you really try to keep those injuries down. Some things you cannot avoid, and some things you look back and say, I wish I would have never done it. So it's being able to find that happy medium between stepping on the line and getting right up to that line and saying, don't get near the line at all. So don't jam a square peg into a circle hole, and make sure you use quality over quantity. And you just make sure you keep a fine eye for how guys' body language becomes more so fatigued as things get hard.
Thanks.
Okay, Carson, you're up. Colin Likas, and then Matt Fortuna. Go ahead.
Hey, Tank. At Arkansas, Brett Bielema ran a program, and it was met with it had its up and downs. Do you think he's a different coach now, or do you think he's gonna be an innovative coach?
Well, in the past at Arkansas, I can really tell you this. I've moved and evolved and went through different changes that has been almost a blur. I sat down and talked with Coach B as he was interviewing me, as we were talking, and the reaction on his face when he brought up the word Arkansas, lets me know that hurt him. Everything didn't go right, and he has a heart, and I know for a fact that whatever it was that broke the camel's back in the past, especially with the new experiences that he's been through with Coach Belichick and been in the NFL with the Giants. I know that he has grown. I have grown. We all have made steps towards making a difference. So whatever mistake that happened in the past, I know for a fact that he's learned from, and he's already thought about potential mistakes that could potentially happen here, and he's on top of it. You should see him work. You should see him get up early, go to bed late. I mean, you should see how much grind he's putting into trying to make sure everything is going to be dotted with. He's going to dot his I's and cross his T's.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, go ahead, Colin, and Matt Fortuna after that.
Hey, Tank, good to meet you. Building off of a question Nico had about the Smith Center, but more so just expanding to Illinois football as a whole. What did you know about this program coming in as you took this job, and how important is it for you to kind of learn more about this program and everything from a strength and conditioning side that has preceded you in order to get off on the right foot, I guess?
So our AD Josh, I spoke with him, and he's a former athlete. And I know for a fact, if I continue to talk with alumni, I continue to talk with people who have a true heart for this program, I'm going to learn everything I need to learn. Same thing about our guys. I have to learn everything about them. They're going to learn me. But this program, we are all gonna get together and teach each other and give each other ways that they feel as if was beneficial in the past, and learn from things that had no value from the past. So coming into the program, I know this. I know that there's a group of guys that are hungry at home right now, waiting to get back, itching to get back into this weight room. Some guys are probably still making decisions, but the alumni, everyone that has been associated with this program, they're going to help me learn everything I need to know as long as I do continue to do research myself. But those guys at home, we're gonna definitely talk about the history and where we're gonna go in the future.
Thank you, Tank.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a couple more, Matt Fortuna, and then Alec will finish it up. Go ahead, Matt.
Tank, nice to meet you. Congrats on the job. I'm curious, what did you learn about working in the Army football culture that's translatable to the University of Illinois?
So Coach Monken, he has a philosophy that is really eye-opening. And everybody knows, I mean, you don't get the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star recruits over at West Point. But what you do get, you get coaching, you get discipline, and you get fundamentally sound athletes that really strive to be fundamentally better than whoever they face. Excuse me. So what I've learned is it's the team. It isn't who you go out and recruit. You want to get great players, and you want to do everything you can as far as getting guys to run 4.4 and getting those guys to do the things that everybody see on combine, right? At the national combine, do those broad jumps and vertical jump, and be able to have numbers at the roof on a 225 bench. But West Point has taught me that it's all about team, it's all about leadership, it's all about love, trust, and being committed to excellence, and also following out the plan that the coaches put in front of you, and having a mentality to fight through any type of adversity, and have a don't flinch mentality. So West Point has really opened up my eyes to seeing it is truly all about team, coming from a 93 program with Coach Monken.
Okay, and we'll wrap up with Alec. Go ahead, Alec Buster.
Hi, Tank, and really nice to meet you. You've spoken a lot about making the people around you successful and getting them to reach their potential. Where did that mindset kind of come from?
I have guys around me that I've been around, that has mentored me since I was really young, and let those guys tell a story that I never thought I was in competition with anybody growing up. It was always me versus me. So I would teach guys my secrets, teach guys my work ethics, tell them how I would eat in the morning, how I would try to go to sleep early and have peanut butter before bread, and that translated all the way up through college. So guys like Trey Flowers and Chris Smith and Dietrich Wise, who I played next to, and me being a senior, teaching them my secrets, taking them through evals of game film, how to stretch, how to just get themselves prepared for games. Then it goes over into how I train athletes. And now everybody around me, I mean, guys are now really just coming back to say that I was always a natural born leader. But people around me, you know, I just love helping people. I have a passion for seeing people develop. And some people say it's a gift and a curse because you would do something for someone who don't truly want it for themselves. And unfortunately, I've seen that throughout this profession, where you really want a guy to be good. He has the potential, but he has just a lackadaisical mindset on approaching the floor and how he approaches his nutrition. So that hesitation, you know, has really driven me to be the guy that tries to change those habits. So if I can say anything to you, Alex, is if there's something you want to do, don't hesitate to go do it. You know, I want to motivate everybody in this program, and there's different ways to get that done. So I'm just a passionate person, and everybody around me will start to feel that through my sweat as we get to work here soon.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right, Tank, thank you for your time today. Appreciate you spending this with us, and I look forward to seeing you. And I know all of us do look forward to seeing you on the practice field, and, you know, when you do the warm-ups and whatever the thing to help motivate guys. So looking forward to it.
Thank you,
Thank
Ken.
you. All right.